today is absolutely shameful because we sort of knew this was coming, but that doesn't make it any easier. So the Home Secretary in the UK, who's of course Priti Patel, our lovely Priti Patel, when she's not busy trying to deport refugees to Rwanda, she has time to do this. And what has she done today? She has approved Julian Assange's extradition to the United States. On June 17th, following consideration by both the magistrates and High Court, the extradition of Mr. Julian Assange to the US was ordered. Mr. Assange retains the normal 14-day right to appeal. In this case, the UK courts have not found that it would be oppressive, unjust, or an abuse of process to extradite Mr. Assange, nor have they found that extradition would be incompatible. I'm sorry, I'm struggling to read this without laughing. This is a joke. This is a statement, this is a paragraph that is detached from reality. This is fantasy. This is like science fiction. They say that the UK courts found this is not oppressive, it's not unjust, it's not an abuse of power, it doesn't violate Assange's right to a fair trial, and they say that he will be treated fairly in the United States in regards to his health, which even that is a lie. You know, these conditions, it's a joke. Because number 2 says extraneous consideration. So if somebody is going to be prosecuted because of their race, their religion, their nationality, their gender, their sexual orientation, or political opinions, then they must stop the extradition. Well, they haven't done that. In the extradition treaty between the United States and the UK, it clearly says that you cannot extradite someone for a political trial, which is Assange's case, right? He's a journalist, and the reasons for his extradition, so the charges that have been put against him are political, and they've charged Julian Assange as a spy with a law from World War I. Yeah, so this is the 1917 Espionage Act. They've charged him with 17 counts of espionage. So this is by definition political. I'm telling you, listen to me. The moment that he sets foot in the United States, forget about it. Forget about it. This guy, they're going to throw him inside of a hole. You're never going to see him again. Game over. Game over. Forget about it. Once again, even though his lawyers can appeal, even though he has all of these avenues left, this is still very, very egregious. It's very, very time consuming, very draining, very mentally consuming. A very important point. This is nothing to do, this whole case, with 2016, with the election. Nothing. They're trying to get this guy into the US because of Iraq, because of Afghanistan and Guantanamo Bay, and the State Department cables. That's what this is about. The nature of the case is it's political, and you know, all the people trying to justify this and say, "Oh, Russia this, Russia that." Go home, please. Go home. You are ill-equipped and unprepared to speak about this case. You don't know what you're talking about. Be quiet. I know people like to throw around these buzzwords and say, "Oh, this is not democratic. Oh, this is not." Yeah, forget that. It's not about if democratic or not. It's fucking wrong. It's unjust. Do you understand? Democracy or no democracy. This is unfair. It's not proportionate. It's ridiculous. Yeah? And on top of it, it exposes their hypocrisy because they want to pretend they're a democracy, right? The Americans, and in the UK as well, pretending it's a democracy, lecturing other countries about democracy, and then doing this. That's also an additional hypocrisy. You understand? I'm very ashamed by my government. Yeah, I'm very, very ashamed of my government that this is the standard, you know, that this is what Priti Patel does. Shame on her. Shame on Priti Patel. Shame on the British government. Shame on them for doing this. This is disgusting.